Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
This is the bar class, specifically semester 6, episode 5, as we press and plie for mobility down low and strength for that entire body. We'll start with Lauren's little toes and those warm-ups, but actually she's size 9, so they're actually not quite that little, but those little movements add up. We know that, you know that, we like subscriptions, you like to like, so let's do it all. But first, let's start with the foot warm-up.
All right, let's get those large feet warmed up. Gripping the toes, spreading them out nice and wide. Let's first just right away push down into the floor to come to our demi-point position. And then can we just bend the knees a little bit?
Ooh.
And then press to tall, squeezing the cheeks, and come down slowly on nice straight knees. Now before we go up again, let's think about our rib cage. It's over top of our hips. Our butt cheeks are squeezed and pushing forward. And then one more time, we'll push down into the floor, lifting up. And then bend the knees a little bit and maybe go a little bit further. And this time we'll come down to the heels, stay the same height, rise back up to the toes. Come down a little further, heels down, toes. One more time if you have a little bit more room, heels down, toes, then press out of that back to tall and control the descent. Now, Ian requested this next move, so it's his fault, not mine. We'll take a single leg and step it back into a lunge position. In this lunge position, pull the floor together underneath you. Again, square up your body, cage down, light brace, back hips extended. Let's slowly descend ourselves down, taking your time, finding the space as you come towards the floor, and then soft landing. Now, as we're here, we're pushing the floor forward and back to hover that back knee off the floor, and then land it. And then hover the knee, and then continue progressing back up. This time for our descent, could you pull that front heel off the floor and slowly descend? Back hip pushing forward, heel staying high off the floor. Then we'll place the heel back down, and this time we'll push off the back leg using the front as well, up together. Give that a little shake and wiggle, and repeat on the other side. Step back that second leg, up on the back toe, cage over top. Pulling the floor as we slowly descend, pausing a little bit above that hover position, and then landing soft. Getting the tension before we move by pushing the floor forward and back, hovering first, and then back down. And then we hovered again and slowly made our way up. And then we peeled that front foot off and slowly descended. Again, we're making room by pulling that femur in, hot poker on the front knee, but back hip still pushing forward. Heel lands, pushing off the back leg, but driving down the front, up together. Shake and wiggle.
Sure burns the muscles. Take care of those joints by burning or strengthening those muscles.
We'll go back to that toe balance and descend all the way to the floor, warming up our wrists and then getting to our splits. Let's come up to the toes. Then just as we did earlier, slowly descend, and then with or without those hands, soft landing, hips extend, hands land, quick wrists here, and then stepping back into a plank. So with those hands gripping the floor, the elbow pits rotated forward, fingertips spread out. Let's step our legs back right away into our plank position. So toes tucked, hips lift, butt cheeks squeezed, and we're pulling the floor together, creating tension. We are pressing today as we do every week with this bar class. So get that strong foundation, pull your kneecaps up, tighten your legs, squeeze your butts more and try a little harder, then knees down. And take a break. That's my new favorite cue, try harder.
Try harder, but sometimes just hard enough. Here we are in those splits, and if we have a really tough time finding that cow or anterior tip of the tailbone, maybe bump your butt up on a higher pillow or yoga block, but always prioritize that tailbone cow as we're here in those splits. Fingertips could land out front, and just take a quick look at one of your feet, pointed towards those beautiful ballet points. Now only recruit those toe muscles to go elf toes, it's near Christmas after all, and then pull the foot to the shin. Keep the toes up as you plant, flex, or point the ankle, and then finish with those gorgeous toes shooting laser beams out. Then go toes first, toes turn into those ankles, and for one more time, keep the toes up, and then finish with a point. Return the whole foot to that dorsiflex or foot to shin shape, and then same thing on the other side. Go to a point, pull the toes up first, And then dorsiflex or foot to shin. Keep the knee straight. Now keep the toes away from the ground as long as you can as you point the ankle, and then finish pointing the toes. Repeating one more time, it's toes first, and then the ankle, and then the ankle, and then the toes. Being that ballet class, let's point those toes, and now from here, turn out from those hips, kneecaps towards the ceiling, or maybe even beyond, and then heart forward. Keeping the spine long. I can't quite see, but I know Lauren's that technician, so that spine is nice and long with a nice chin tuck, and then pushing the hips into the ground to return back up to tall. Maybe a little sit wiggle, find those sit bones, maybe wiggle those legs and repeat one or two more. You might casually pull yourself down with light finger grips on the ground. Breathe into that tension you're feeling on those adductor hamstrings, and then push back up to a nice tall position. One more time. Chin tuck, nice long shape through the spine like that forward port de bras bend. And then breathe when it gets a little bit intense. Try just a little bit harder, and then return yourself back up to tall. That's it for the splits here. A little bit can go a long way. Maybe wiggle out those toes, and then it's up to Lauren what's next.
We're going to stand back up. So let's get ourselves back into the tall kneel position, tuck our toes or lunge, and rock yourself back up, pressing through to tall.
Got it.
We're gonna pick that kettlebell up. We're gonna do something that's kind of tricky. We're going to hold the kettlebell in our arms, in our rack position for a couple seconds, and then we're going to press out of that position. So oftentimes we don't spend too much time holding the bell in the rack and then pressing, but we're going to do one press each side here while warming up the rack, and then we'll be ready to press more next time. Let's stand over top of that bell, using your hinge, pull to rack. Establish that nice rack position with the vertical forearm, the shoulder lightly retracted, the lat engaged, the butt cheek squeeze, the ab brace, and ready. Press that bell to overhead, and let's do a nice slow pull down. Try to take 5 seconds to pull that bell back down to the rack position, and then 2 hands on and place it down. Give it a little shake and wiggle. Same routine, second side. Hip hinge, grip, pull to rack, hold, vertical, cage, abs, cheeks, recruit to press bell overhead, hold, and then a 5, 4, 3, 2, rack, bell down. Last week we worked on 2s and 3s and 5s because 2 plus 3 is 5. This week we're doing no math. It's just 3s and 5s and 3s and 5s and fill in the blanks.
Excellent.
If ones are for you, you can stick to that too. We'll get back to that soon.
Waiving the load this week, ladders last week, and back to the bar until more time to kettlebell press. Let's warm up with those pliés first. So find your first position, and maybe that's achieved by a leg out front, a turn out, a leg under, a leg out front, a turn out of the hip and under. Tame that turn out for now to confirm better with hips, knees, and feet. Then with one hand on the bar, diamond shapes pliés, and press those hips forward. Tight glutes, pulling up knees. Chase those diamond shapes between the feet, the knees, and the hips as you push through. In the grand plié style, flat feet as long as you can, then the heels lift to help you get lower, and then connect the heels and push the hips through. Tendu or point to the side, land toe ball heel in that second position, and same effort. Like a piece of toast, between those hot elements, it's up and down and hips forward. Pull yourself down, and then press the feet away to finish nice and strong. And in this position, we'll keep the feet nice and heavy or flat heels and push through one more. The last one for this version is a point to the side, and then that half round or circle shape to the front, toe ball heel. Those size 9 feet of Lauren and the size 12 for me are between the big toe and the heel of the feet there.
Big flippers.
Flippers. Well, we could sing that, but let's not sing.
No,
we
bend and stretch.
So we're going to 3 here.
Bend and
Plie or bend,
stretch.
and then stretch. Let's do 2 more. Flat feet, spread the floor, straighten knees. And for the last one, it's flat feet as low as you'll go. Then the heels can lift up to help you get lower. The heels connect, and then firmly straighten the knees. Point, and return towards that first position. Let's stay right here. Maybe turn yourself around. Use your balance aid as you need. We'll do the same thing then with the other leg out front. The knees bend to the side, equal weight between the two, and then straighten. Knees bend, hips forward, same with the chest, and extend. And final one, as low as you can go flat-footed. Then the heels lift because you're getting lower, and then connect heels, straighten knees, point to the front, and under. One more thing. Pull up the outside leg and find a balance, and hold, and breathe. And maybe those eyes could close or a light tension on the bar. Return to your first position, and then pull up the other leg and repeat. The knee is side, the other leg is straight, ribs over hips, all those cues from Lauren's warm-up. Back to first, and then to Lauren to press.
It's time to press. So as we said before, you could stick to one press today, or if you're joining us, let's start with 3 presses. Over top of the bell, using your hinge, pulling to the rack position, and pressing right out of that. Inhale on the down, press that bell overhead, driving through the pinky side of the hand, and then returning the bell to the rack and safely, softly to the floor. Take a breath, shake that arm out. Same thing, second side. Inhale to pick up, keep your breath, press out of that high tension. Inhale, pull down. Butts and abs will also help you get that bell overhead. It's not just your arm. Pull the bell down, return it to the floor. Great job pressing.
I agree.
Set 1 done. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that second set. But first or second, or whatever order we are here, we're back to the bar. Let's come back to that first position again and circle that leg in that rond de jambe inspired move. So take the leg in the turned out way to the front. Let's do 1 turn in on that hip, followed by 1 turn out. Then take it to the side. Repeating, as we turn in, keep your standing hip forward. As we turn out, keep that lateral leg, hips forward as well. Now maintain that turnout for this class as we take it to the back. The heel leads that hip forward and we'll end up with that point to the front. Now hips forward, leg returns to the rear with a straight knee, of course, and then turn out of the hip from the back to the side and the side to the front and pull the leg back under. Then that ankle balance, and if that flat-footed was safe and cool and ready to rock, could we, with a cramp of that bum cheek that you're standing on, find that demi or releve hold and breathe. And then with control, Calf said that was a little bit aggressive right now, so be careful, of course. Back to that first move, and the shake and wiggle can help reset some of those muscle cramps you may have felt. So we're back to that first position, and that outside leg stays straight as it moves from the hip. We'll do 1 turn in, then finish with our turn out. Utilize that turn out to make more room to the side. And as we turn in, keep your standing hip forward. And as you turn out, keep that lateral leg hip forward. Maintain the turn out as you reach it to the back. Then the heel leads that hip and leg forward. And then the hips continue to push forward as the leg goes back. Straight knees and turn out, side, turn out, front. Hips forward, leg under. Find that ankle. Focus on that object right in front of you, or just keep smiling at that camera and hold and hold and hold, and then return to the first and to the ground. Shakes and wiggles are more than welcome.
All right, as promised, we're going to add 2 reps, but we're not doing any math. So we're just going from number 3 to 5 reps here. First side, picking up that bell, using your core brace, pulling to the rack, and up to 5 presses here. Use that offhand. Squeeze your cheeks, think of that plank tension we warmed up, and drive through those pinkies. 1 more. 5. Great. Bell down. Park. Shake it out. Same thing. Second side. Hinge grip. Zip. Hup. Inhale down. Practice your breath to get that bell out of the rack position. Inhale down, 2 more. Vertical forearm. Good. 2 hands, park safely. Great job. 2 sets down, 3 to go.
Right on. We did that leg circle exercise on a straight leg. Let's do that same thing on a bent leg. 2 different versions though. The first one, let's get into that squats or sits position. Transfer weight to that inside leg and point to the front. Then open from the front to the side, and the side to the back. And once it's out back, we'll have to stand up to make room for that straight leg to go all the way forward. Return it to touch heels, and then squat and reverse that circle. Outside leg straightens to the back, turns out of the hip as it goes from the back to the side and the side to the front, and then we stand up tall underneath. Now this time, bend leg on the inside as the outside leg stays straight throughout. Then open it from the front to the side and the side to the back. We'll stand up together, brush all the way through to the front, and then heels touch, but this time keep that outside leg straight as the inside leg bends, and from the back to the side and the side to the front, hips forward, together, and our balance. Pull up, find the ankle. We've been there, let's find that passe or knee. With the hand on the balance aid, or not. Stand, breathe, releve holds already. Holy
You said
cow.
with or without the bar.
And then find that first position. Find that skill or task ready for you. I'm not sure if I was ready for that releve right away, but I love that Lauren was. Make it strong, choose what you're doing, follow along, but also have fun with what you're doing all at the same time. 2 versions. First, we squat, outside leg moves. Test, could you do that leg circle without your hand on the bar, keeping the hips forward? We'll stand up, go through the first or heels together position, toes out front. Just find your heels are first. Then we'll squat, transfer weight to that inside leg as we point, and then reach from the back to the side and the side to the front, and the hips go forward and the heels connect. Now the outside leg stays straight throughout this time as it goes to the front. It circles around to the side. Maintain that turnout with straight knees as it reaches to the back. Heels together as it goes to the front tendu. And then outside leg straight, inside leg bend, circle out of that hip, side to the front, hips forward, heels together. Find your balance. Is it down low at the ankle? Is it up in that passe position, flat-footed? Or awesome releve hold there and return to that strong position and then wiggle it before we tense back up with that press.
Set number 3 for 3 presses. Here we go. First side, root your feet, brace your abs, pull to rack, and up. 1, inhale, up. 2, inhale, up. 3, 2 hands, park it. Whew, great. How are those presses going? Let's do the same number on the other side. Hip hinge, it was a rhetorical question.
Got it.
Going strong. Inhale down. 2, 1 more. 3. I'd gladly read a comment if you wanted to tell me how your presses were. I'm just assuming they're really good behind me.
Yeah.
Okay,
They are.
stay tuned for set 4.
Set 4, we'll back up to that number 5 repetition count.
Don't tell them.
Oops.
Focus on your bar.
Waves go up and down.
Okay.
Okay, we're back at the bar. That's what I like to focus on here. So we're back to that first position. Now let's work on some of those weight transfers. Let's tendu to the front, pointing. Land toe ball heel, point out the back, and then connect the heels to first. And then to the back, toe ball heel, point forward, land together. Then to the side second, toe ball heel. Point one way, pull the other, point, and I'll push towards Lauren to connect my heels. It's the same thing to the back. Point, toe ball heel. Push forward, heels connect. That inside leg now goes toe ball heel as we push and together. Now, inside leg bends, outside leg straight, toe ball heel, point, heels connect. Now reach to the back, toe ball heel, point, together. Now bend that inside leg as you reach side and point and together. Keep the leg straight as you go back to the bar and connect. Now inside leg bends and outside leg straight as you point and together. And same thing, straight leg, point, back together. Now pull up that leg, ankle, or to that knee, and we'll challenge that attitude position on a flat foot. Attitude hallmark is foot in line with belly button or similar, knee slightly bent, turned out from the hip, return to that passe hold, and then try that attitude position out the back. Maintain the turnout, avoiding our hiked hip, nice and level, back towards passe, back towards our first position. Shake and wiggle, and our repeat. On the other side, if I can remember what we did, and I think I can, so let's do it. Toe ball heel, straight legs throughout here as the heels connect. It's the inside leg first, outside leg trail. Outside leg first, inside leg trail. Inside leg first, outside leg trail.
Trail.
Outside, point, and under, and then last one here in that variation, heels together. Now inside leg bends, inside leg straightens to connect to first, and just straight leg back and straight leg return as well. Inside leg bends, point to the side, straight legs throughout now, point one way, go the other. Inside leg bends as you reach to the back and point and connect, and then to the front, straight legs here until we bend that knee as it comes up towards that knee, and then hold. Sink into the glute.
But don't
Lift
sit
from
back.
the hip flexor, but lean forward if anything is to avoid sitting back. Then find that passe and then that attitude position out the rear. Ribs connect to the hips. Hips aim to be level and cramp that standing leg. Passe. Return first like it's easy, and then let it go. Turn to press.
Well, it may not be a surprise, but it is set number 4, and we have 5 reps here again. If 5 is too many, do a number that's less. Hip hinge, grip bell, inhale, prepare for 5 liftoffs. Inhale down, tight up, up. 2 more, off arm has tension, eyes stay up, squeeze your cheeks, pull the bell down, and park it. Nice. Shake that out. Second side. 5-ish again. Pull to rack. 1, pinky side. 2, feet rooted. 3, use your breath. 4, off arm tension. 5, bell pulls down, parks. Oh, good work.
Yeah, I agree.
5 set surprise.
Ooh, I
Or
won't
set 5,
ruin the
sorry.
surprise. So until then, time for the Jane Fondue exercise right here. We're in our first position, and the goal for this exercise is the knees bend together and straighten together. Pull up to the ankle with the knees bending, and then point to the front just off the floor. Find the ankle, knees bend together, and straighten. It's that back of the ankle coup de pied, and then straighten the leg out to the rear, and then one more time to the side. Now find those balance points we've warmed up, and then land, knees bending, straighten, releve out front. Land together, knees bending, straighten, out the back, straight, and one more time to the side. Then find that passe position on releve, go down to flat feet if you need, and can we then hold that attitude position on those demi points, transfer towards that passe position next, and then that attitude out the rear. Slightly project that energy forward, but making sure we're lifting with the butt or the glutes and not the back. And then to the knee passe, back to those 2 points and down. Simple, not easy, and feel the flow from the toes to the knees to the hips and avoid driving the movement with the back. Fondue time on flat feet first. The knees bend together and straighten. Knees bend and straighten. It's to the back this time with straight legs, of course. And then one more time to the side on the flat foot until we find those releves, and then back and straight out front arm demi. And back to the ankle and to the side. Find the ankle and stretch back. And final time, knees, straighten, find passe, find that attitude front on that demi point hold. Find that balance in passe for a moment and back to that attitude. Devant, derrière, whatever one it is, it's back there, it's working, but lifting from the buttocks.
Feel the derriere.
And then here to there. Oh, shake it. Fifth
All
set.
right. Set number 5 here for our presses. You choose your own ending. This is our last set today. And whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 reps, pick your own. I'm going to try to do 5 reps on each. I'm going to do 5 reps on each side. You?
I love it. Same thing.
Okay. First arm, hip hinge, pull to rack. I want you to try to do the same number of reps on each arm with that last rep. Tough, but still successful. This is 5?
That's my 5.
Good. Park bell. Place it down. Whew. As we said, same number, second side. Hinge grip, pull to rack, and up, 2. Stay up. Still use that whole body. 1 more. Good. And park. Nice work. Take your time. Shake that out. Great pressing today.
I agree. Let's move those bells out to the side. Clear your space. We'll work in center in just a second here. But until we do, one more exercise on the bar, those bat malls for power and core strength. Let's turn out those feet to first. And because we don't have our ballet shoes on, we'll be working from that tendu position out front. Excuse me. And then out to the side. So tendu front. And for 3 repetitions, we'll go up and down and up and down. And on the third, we're going to hold it for a count of 4. So 3, 2, up and down. 3, 2, up and down. And one more time. 3, 2, up and hold. And test the balance and cramp that standing leg. Down like it's easy. Return to first. To the side. 3, 2, up and down. Up and down, and one more time, up and hold, and hold. And are you on that standing leg? Tap like it's easy, and close. Is that enough, Lauren? One more time, tendu to the front.
You didn't hear it here.
3 repetitions. We'll go up and down, and hold, and shoot energy out the toes and down. To the side. 3, 2,
oh, your count.
And down. Up and down and up and hold, and cry a little bit on those quads and pull those heels together. Woo, and shake it out.
Butt cheeks.
Yeah, butt cheeks. Standing leg butt cheek for me too, but holy cow right here. Maybe shake it, maybe wiggle it. Last time at the bar here. 3 to the front side, repeating. 3, 2, up, down, up, hold, and down. Together. Tendu side. 3, 2, up and down, and up, and hold, and test yourself without the bar. Tap, close, to the front. 3, 2, up and down, up, and down, and up, and straighten your bottom knee, and down. I said that for Lauren as much as I know I said that for me. To the side.
Don't
3,
tip back
2,
either.
Up and down.
Or lift your hip.
Up and down, and up, and hold, and releve.
I have to make sure I'm not sitting back.
And down,
Oh.
and shake. And I'm not sure, am I in charge of the balance finisher today, or are you?
I'll do it.
Cool.
All right, let's stand with our feet underneath of us, back in that turned out position again. And we'll just open those hips one more time because we haven't done that enough. Let's point to the front. With that leg out front, we'll turn it in once. Oh yeah, undo that turn out. Then turn it back open and send the leg to the side. And there again, turn it in and then turn it open. Now, could we leave that toe just lightly touching the floor as we find that balance rise on the standing leg? And then once you've used that as a little outrigger, just to keep your balance, could you take it just off the floor and hold? For 3, 2, return the heel to the floor, draw the semicircle to the front or quarter circle, and pull back underneath. Okay, same thing other side. Transfer weight, but stay tall. Point the leg to the front. Turn the leg in. Turn the leg open, send the leg to the side. Turn the leg in, but keep the hips stacked. Turn the leg open. Keep it on the floor, it'll come a little closer, but use it as a little balance to find your high point. And then once you've found it and you're stacked, could you lift it and hold for 3, 2, control the down, point the leg to the front, straight leg underneath. Whew, back to that first leg again. One more thing. Point the leg to the front. Out here, could you again keep it as a little bit of an outrigger as you find that balance up onto your back foot?
Ooh.
And then could you lift the front leg and hold for 3, 2. Now stay on your demi point, but tap it down. Draw a semicircle to the side, and then try to lift that side leg again and hold for 3, 2. If you're really fancy, bring it into passe, and then stick the landing. One more time on the other side.
We need
Point
to practice
the
these off camera first. These are new moves for me.
Point to the front. Find that rise. Use that toe as a little bit of balance as you get up here. Then, when you've established that balance, lift the front leg to hold for 3, 2. Stay on the rise, but draw a little circle to the side. Try to get a little taller. Find the balance, hold it if you can, and then once you've held it, maybe try to bring it to passe. 2 feet, and land.
Even those size
balances.
12s and size 9s couldn't even help us.
Well, they don't
balance
help
there.
when you lose half a third of them.
I know.
That was tricky. Thanks for joining us.
We love those kettlebell presses, so thank you for joining us, as Lauren just said, as much as those super challenging moves. And sometimes I feel pretty good. I should audition for the National Ballet. And then even Lauren just shows me something that maybe I have a lot more practice to do, and that's okay too. So thank you again for following along for today's barre class, specializing in the press and plie. And we have one more session this week, specializing in fun skills like the handstand. We promise to start with those bodyweight basics, like the wrist prep, the core strength, and mobility for all parts of the body to ensure safety and strength in our lifts.
Until next time, check out our newsletter, check out our website, sign up for our Patreon, like and subscribe on YouTube, and take care.
Stay strong.
And we'll train soon.
Have a good night.
Goodbye.